dipping into the
News with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And we start this Friday with probably the coldest day of the season so far.
Easily. The last time we were probably in the 20s in Rome. Must have been back in the winter time last time. We're in June, too. Yeah, it was so cold. But yes, today it's a cold start. We're 29 officially in Rome. How about that 19 in Saranac Lake? So if you are you either tuning in via streaming in the Adirondacks and the High Peaks area, well, you've got a very cold start to the day today. The rest of us in the 30s and 20s. The warm spot in central New York, or warm spot in upstate New York, I should say, is out in Buffalo at 41 degrees. So you can see just how cold it is across the region. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We're picking up on some birds migrating. Not as active as last night, where billions of birds flew south, but it's still a pretty busy morning out there in terms of our radars picking up on some of that bird migration. Either way, though, it is a dry and clear morning. Expect a sunny and slightly warmer afternoon today, with temperatures peaking in the low 60s. Now this weekend, here's a quick preview of it. We do have some updates on that rainfall potential you were mentioning the past few days, a very complicated forecast. And we're going to go hour by hour and talk about all the details in that rainfall outlook this weekend in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. New York State Attorney General Letitia James.
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back, everybody, on this Friday. Time now is 5:10, going on 5:11, and as you head out to work this morning, it's going to be a frosty and cold start. Highly recommend grabbing a pretty warm jacket out there. The frost today, so personally, my car was not that frosty, mainly due to the fact that I park a little downhill, but the cars next to me were coated in a very thick frost. So budget maybe an extra minute or so this morning to go outside before heading out to work to do a quick scrape of the windshield, because again, a lot of spots picking up on some pretty heavy frost around the area. Traffic tracker, green across the board this morning. No accidents to report, thankfully. And again, today it's a frosty morning. Temperatures in the 20s, in some spots pushing the low 20s, upper teens. But this afternoon, we are back into the 60s, low 60s, with plenty of sunshine. We are cutting it very close for rainfall this weekend, pretty much on our doorstep all of Saturday, and potentially some rain arriving on Sunday. We're going to break down the timing of all that rainfall coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Utica police are working with
Omni, cutting-edge surgery without the cutting.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. Time now 5:16 on this Friday. What a week it's been of a mix of rain and even some sunshine. Today, sunshine returns. Live look at downtown Utica. Still a bit clear out there and a bit frosty. We take a look at the temperature this morning, sitting at 29 degrees officially, Griffiths in Rome. With that sunrise still set for 7:11 today. So no sun will be shining in our morning show this morning. It's that time of year, I guess. Radar and satellite picking up on pretty quiet weather here locally, but we're starting to see our next weather maker, if it reaches us, which is actually out here toward the west. And we'll focus on that coming up in a minute or so. Still, though, the temperatures this morning, 26 Long Lake, 28 Dollarville, 29 Washington Mills, 35 in Deansboro, warm pocket there, 28 degrees in Hamilton, 28 Cooperstown, 29 Cherry Valley, and 28 in Oneonta. Today, temperatures climb from the 20s and 30s up into this low 60s this afternoon. The warmest time of the day will be between 2 and 4 p.m. Following that, we're going to see a little bit of a change in the weather pattern, saying goodbye to wall-to-wall sunshine as this low pressure to our west slowly approaches. See, it's a front initially, then this low pressure basically detaches from that front. Excuse me. So what follows this is you've got rain showers to our west, a coastal nor'easter to our east. That's likely to impact rainfall along the Atlantic coast. But when these things begin to interact with each other, it'll produce a streamlined area of rainfall. And I'm thinking this rain will likely fire up right here toward the Finger Lakes and in Onondaga County in west. So I do think on Saturday we're looking mostly dry, but on Sunday you can see here that nor'easter eventually pushes its way north, and some of us could see some rain Sunday evening. So to our skycast, lots of sun today, a beautiful Friday. No rainfall is expected this afternoon or tonight. Tomorrow morning starts out dry, temperatures in the 40s, climbing into the 60s in the afternoon, with again mainly dry weather, a few clouds, maybe a stray sprinkle, but we're not looking at anything in terms of a washout Saturday evening. Then that rainfall moves through. You can see it to our west. This time, rainfall might be pushing a little bit farther to the east. And then Sunday starts out dry, and we progressively see some more rain chances as we head into at least the late evening and overnight. This is a very, very complicated system here, and just every model we're getting right now is showing a different answer. So it's one of those things where you got a weekend coming in, you're like, is it going to rain or is it not? And you're like, well, I mean, the way it's looking, I mean, we're on the doorstep. We could see the rain, we couldn't. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, meteorologists should tell you if it's going to rain or not, but honestly, I think it's going to be dry Saturday, cutting it close for rain on Sunday.
Let's hope that's the case. Eric, thanks. The new Adapt One, and thank you for joining us here on this Friday morning. I'm Gary Libichor, meteorologist Eric Gage over in the Weather Center, and you're actually tracking temperatures in the 20s.
Yeah, first time in quite a while, Gary, we hit the 20-degree mark, and I'll do some research to figure out the exact last time we hit 20-ish degrees in the Mohawk Valley. First, though, let's take a look at those temperatures as you head out to work today. We are sitting at 29 in Rome, 31 Johnstown, 20 in Hamilton, and 20 in Saranac Lake. It's warmed up a couple of degrees up in the Adirondacks, but still it is downright cold out there this morning. Other temperatures for you right now: 25 Otter Lake, 32 Whitesboro, 27 in Dolgeville, 28 Richfield Springs, and 27 in Cooperstown. Radar is dry. You can see here what looks like snow is just a bird migration taking place early today. The atmosphere is completely clear of anything aside from maybe a few areas of patchy fog. Highs climb into the low 60s this afternoon. Rainfall chances this weekend, it's still hit or miss. We're going to dive into the timing, what it's trending like as we approach the weekend, and of course the latest on that rainfall chance heading into Sunday night into Monday in a couple of minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. As celebrations grow in the Middle East.
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back, everybody, on this Friday morning. Our photo of the day today takes us to what took place this past weekend of Trenton Falls opening. And the common discussion was, well, will there actually be any falls falling in Trenton Falls, how dry the weather has been? And this photo right here clearly shows there was some rain still trickling down the waterfall area there. So if you had a chance to view it, we had great weather for it that past weekend. But again, as we wait until springtime for the opening of the trails once more, likely there'll be a lot more water coming down that stream heading into the next couple of months. If you have a photo like that you'd like to share with us, send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. Radar is dry today, lots of sunshine, a frosty morning though. As we progress throughout the next few days, we're going to be tracking the potential for some rainfall. It's going to be on our doorstep. Some days, maybe not quite hitting us. Other days, maybe we might get a sprinkle or a light shower. We're going to break down the latest data and have the latest on that forecast for this weekend straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. There's still time to get out and
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. Lots of clear skies early today and a very crisp morning out there. Take a look at the local conditions. Live look at downtown Utica. We start out the day today with, again, those clear skies. Temperature 29 degrees. By the way, take a guess at when the last time we hit 29 in Rome. The answer, going back to April 18th. It wasn't even in late March or even February. We had just a cold spring, so April 18th, last time we hit 29. We were still in the 30s heading into May, too, before we eventually saw that warm up into June. Radar and satellite showing high pressure, keeping our weather dry and sunny here locally. Our next weather maker is out to our west. If that reaches us, I'll explain the reasoning for that here shortly. Still, though, we're in the 20s all across a lot of the state. Fog forming in the capital region, Saranac Lake and Glens Falls. Zooming in here, local temperatures 29 in Inlet, 27 in Dolgeville, 29 in Washington Mills. Heading south, 30 in Hessville, 28 Oneonta, 27 in Cooperstown. Today's highs, despite being on the frosty side, will climb into the 60s by this afternoon. Lots of sunshine still, too. A very dry day today. So back to that front. Now, this is a cold front that's going to basically take this low pressure along it is going to slingshot a closed low right here. It's a circulation that spirals off. On top of that, we have a nor'easter impacting the East Coast. This is probably one of the hardest forecasts you can have in meteorology. Two separate systems that will likely interact with each other. And you, for not only one, have to forecast the exact timing and position of one system, but the second system, and they also interact differently depending on where they are. A few miles out east, this nor'easter sails out to the Atlantic. We don't see anything in terms of rainfall. It pushes west enough, we get a lot of rain. In this case, our in-house model here shows that low pressure in both out west and southeast combining, producing some pretty heavy rain out in the Finger Lakes. However, here locally, it's looking mostly dry. Secondly, this is going to push its way north. We could see some rainfall late Sunday. Now, that's what our in-house model here is showing. How about this model, which shows a different story? Sunshine today, dry weather. Again, the consistent part is there's no rainfall today or tonight. Saturday morning starts out dry. This time, clouds, maybe a few sprinkles. The rainfall could possibly move in heading into Saturday night into Sunday. And then this model shows dry weather throughout the day, Sunday afternoon. So we're at an impasse here in terms of a forecast for this weekend. And it's unfortunate that it has to happen so close to the weekend itself, but that's what we're dealing with right now. Personally, my thoughts are the rain holds off Saturday, rain showers in the Finger Lakes Saturday night, and then rain showers late Sunday. But you're going to have to stay tuned for our forecast, as this complicated setup might produce some different situations heading into the second half of the weekend. We'll be right back.
With Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And with temperatures in the 20s, I didn't put the heat on last night, and I woke up pretty cold.
Well, but I had mine set low, and I think I turned up a little bit overnight in case it got too cold, and sure enough, I woke up, my heat was on.
Yeah.
So it tells you just how cold it is this morning. Happy Friday, everybody. We take a look at the conditions outside right now. 29 degrees officially at Griffiths in Rome, putting us in the 20s for the first time since April. So it's a sign of the changing seasons here in the Mohawk Valley. Other temperatures for you right now, 27 in Hamilton, 22 heading up to Saranac Lake. But it was colder this morning. Fog has developed, especially heading outside of the High Peaks area, heading down toward Glens Falls and Albany. The radar right now looking dry. We've got some detection of some birds migrating right now. Besides that, a completely quiet morning out there today. We climbed quickly from the 30s into the 60s this afternoon with plenty of sunshine, so a little warmer than yesterday, but it's still seasonably cool. As we progress throughout the weekend, we will see some slightly warmer temperatures, but we're going to be talking about rainfall west on Saturday and rainfall arriving late here locally on Sunday. A very complicated weather setup taking place this weekend. We're going to dive into that coming up in a few minutes. Again, the details on the timing, amount of rain, all that and more in just a few short minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. New York State Attorney General Letitia.
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back to Sunrise, everybody, on this Friday. Time now is 6:11. We take a look at roadways heading out this morning. It's a dry start, a chilly start, though. We're seeing temperatures in the 20s across the region. In fact, with it being so cold, frost is a pretty likely sight here on your windshields. Now, this morning, my windshield wasn't nearly as frosty. Again, my car was, I guess, facing downhill, if you want to call it that. But the cars next to me were very frosty. Just a heads up that I might need to spend an extra minute or so to head out before work today to do some scraping. Traffic tracker showing green across the board. No accidents to report, thankfully, early today. And again, as you head out to work this morning, it's a frosty, dry start to the day. This afternoon, plenty of sunshine as well. Beautiful outdoor weather. I know it's a little on the cooler side, but this is what we usually see for fall time. Low 60s, upper 50s. But this weekend, it's going to be a little warmer, but we have an increased chance for rainfall. We'll break down the complicated weather setup that's producing that potential for rain in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Utica Police are working with state.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. On this Friday morning, we begin today on the frosty side. On the cold side, however you want to call it, it is cold out there. We take a look at downtown Utica. It's clear, it's quiet, it's chilly. We have beautiful scene of the morning twilight out there, 29 officially in Rome. Sunrise still going to be happening a little bit after the end of our morning show today. So it's that time of year. Not really seeing a lot of sunrise here on Sunrise, but we will be seeing lots of sunshine throughout the day today. The reason for that is high pressures across the northeast this morning and for much of this afternoon. We are tracking a system arriving from the northwest. We'll talk about that here in a second. But for now, again, those temperatures this morning in the 20s in a lot of the area. 25 in Indian Lake, 32 Lake Pleasant, 26 Little Falls, 29 Westmoreland, 27 Fort Plain, 28 Oneonta, and 24 in Sherburne. So today, we're expecting, again, lots of sunshine, temperatures barely reaching the upper 50s, low 60s, so a little warmer than yesterday. This is seasonable this time of year, usually in mid-October to early October. We're talking low to mid-60s. So back to that rainfall out west. This is what we were tracking, this approaching cold front, which a couple days ago we were expecting to have it fizzle out, but a low pressure is going to detach from it and form its own circulation. On top of that, we have a nor'easter, a rain nor'easter moving up the east coast. Watch how they both start to converge into the northeast here. We have a very complicated setup here in meteorology. The hardest thing to forecast here are two separate areas of low pressure. Why? Well, not only do you have to time and position this correctly, you also have to time and position this correctly. And you have to get everything perfectly, and then they interact, which will be a separate story here. So we are showing one of our in-house models here, which indicates that rainfall pushing out mainly to the Finger Lakes, and we're remaining mostly dry here Saturday. I'm leaning more toward this scenario. There's just a surge of moisture moving up toward the western New York area. However, heading into Sunday, this model says we're going to get hit with a bunch of rainfall late Sunday evening. Our other model here shows the sunshine sticking around today. Again, there's no uncertainty as to the conditions today and tonight. Tomorrow starts out dry. This one has more rainfall arriving closer into our area heading into Saturday night into Sunday, but Sunday looking more dry. So my personal forecast, based off of this very unreliable data here, I'm thinking Saturday remains mostly dry, rain showers sticking out west. I do think there could be a stray shower overnight Saturday night and then a better shot for late evening rainfall on Sunday. That could linger into Columbus Day itself. But again, this is a very complicated forecast. After such a dry stretch of weather, we're slammed with one of these complex systems here. So stick with the forecast throughout the weekend. We'll have updates, but at least that's our initial thoughts on how it's going to shape up.
Seems like a test you might have had in meteorology class.
Oh my God. This is one of the hardest questions probably for a final project or something.
Two systems colliding. Eric, thanks. Well, a new adaptive cornhole league has the morning once again, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libitor. If you're getting ready to head the kids out to the bus stop this morning, you better head them out with some warm gear. Meteorologist Eric Gage over in the Weather Center. And Eric, we're talking 20s.
Yeah, definitely have those kids bundle up heading outside. It's going to be downright cold out there. Well, Gary said it's 20s right now. Let's take a look at some other local temperatures here this morning. 26 up in Watertown, 22 up in the High Peaks area at Saranac Lake, 30 in Johnstown, 27 Hamilton. In other words, it is a very cold and frosty morning out there today. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. It is a dry morning, too, with plenty of clear skies. There are some areas of fog trying to form. I'm looking at the satellite feed right now. It's trying to form in some sections of Otsego County and the Adirondacks. It's mainly toward the capital region, though, and up north there. But either way, today's highs will be in the 60s. With some sunshine, a little warmer this weekend. But you notice here, we're cutting it close for rain west on Saturday, and there could be some rain arriving late on Sunday. We're going to dive into an extremely complicated forecast. I'll explain why it's complicated and what my thoughts are on the trends heading into this weekend in terms of rainfall. All that coming up in a couple of minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. As celebrations grow in the Middle East.
Is brought to you by Holland Farms Bakery and Deli.
Welcome back to Sunrise on this Friday morning. Our photo of the day today takes us to Trenton Falls. Now, the weekend it was open, where we had lots of sunshine, dry weather. The main story was everyone wondering, well, is there any water still falling in Trenton Falls with how dry it's been? Well, here's the answer right here. It's still a little bit of water. It's obviously not as busy as it usually is in terms of the waterfall rate there, but still, there was some rain. And of course, the trail is now closed until springtime, and I don't know, I have a hunch that probably next time we're going to see these falls open, there might be a lot more water flowing down it. So, amazing photo right there. If you have a photo you'd like to share with us, send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we're going to be talking about the rainfall chances this weekend and that complicated forecast, diving into it straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. There's still plenty of time to...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
The time now is 6:50, and it is time to welcome the newest member of our Morning Mug Club, brought to you by Holland Farms Bakery and Deli. The Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired, or CABV, will host their annual unique dining event called Dark Dining later this month. It's designed to raise awareness about visual impairments. Dark Dining will take place at Delta Hotels by Marriott in downtown Utica, Saturday, October 25th. Guests will enjoy a multi-course meal while wearing blindfolds or glasses that simulate conditions like glaucoma and cataracts.
Most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Temperatures slowly climbing from the 20s up into the 60s. Take a live look outside at downtown Utica. We have crystal clear skies out there today. Temperatures at 29 officially at Griffiths and Rome. Last time we hit this temperature, in the 20s back on April 18th. So it's been quite a while since we've seen that temperature here across the region. High pressure is keeping our area sunny and dry today, but we're going to talk a little more about this rainfall arriving out west here coming up in a minute or so. Still, though, this morning, temperatures in the 20s and 30s, mainly 20s, though. 25 Indian Lake, 28 Washington Mills, 30 in Westmoreland, and 26 Little Falls. Heading south, 27 Richfield Springs, 29 Cherry Valley, and 25 out in Norwich. Today's highs will be climbing from the 20s up into the 60s, so plenty of sun, a seasonably cool day here across the Mohawk Valley. But as we approach the weekend, we're going to be cutting it close with a very complicated weather system moving in. So let's dive into it here. We have an area of low pressure beginning to develop to our northwest. Here it comes. It's going to start pushing its way south. Normally, this would push farther south, exit our area, but we have a nor'easter of rainfall moving in on the east coast. These could interact with each other, and that's the complicated part. Not only are you forecasting one system and another system, when they interact, that's a whole other challenge here. And one of our models, our in-house models here, shows that rainfall really surging up north in the Finger Lakes area heading into Saturday night. And then more rainfall potentially moving in as we head into Sunday. So that's one model. Here's a separate scenario, and I'm leaning more toward a mix of both of these situations. So again, it's sunny, it's dry today. There's no uncertainty to the weather this afternoon. Tonight it's dry, warming up, or at least the overnight low is not nearly as cold, only in the 40s. Saturday starts out dry. The model here shows clouds, maybe some sprinkles. My personal opinion is that the rainfall, maybe a stray shower, largely stays out to the Finger Lakes area during the evening Saturday. I don't think we're going to see a lot of this rainfall Saturday night here locally. But our model here shows not a drop of rain on Sunday. I think there could be some rainfall arriving heading into Sunday evening and Sunday night. So, yes, very complicated setup. I wish we'd have a better, more reliable answer for you here, but here's where my forecast stands. Saturday starts out dry. Maybe some rain showers in western New York and the Finger Lakes Saturday night, and then on Sunday starting out dry again, maybe some showers in the evening and overnight, then drying up as we head into Tuesday. We'll be right back.
James DeFazio in for Eric this noon, and James, things have definitely warmed up since this morning's 20s.
I got the benefit of coming in for the noon. You guys were here bright and early. But I should say bright. I should say early, not bright. The sun was not up, so you guys got to see some of these temperatures. At least when I came in, it was a little bit warmer than this. But take a look at some of our low temperatures from this morning. The usual cold spot, Saranac Lake, the only one that got down into the teens. But really impressive numbers. While Old Forge, Piseco, we're used to seeing cold weather, even in Woodgate. Sherburne in the Southern Hills, a 25-degree hard freeze. And Griffiths at Rome, 26 degrees, a hard freeze this morning. The growing season is fully ended across Oneida County, and really across all of central New York for that matter. We're steadily rising in temperature thanks to these bright blue skies and these sunny conditions, and those are going to continue today. 55 degrees with sunny skies up at Griffiths and Rome, just a light breeze, a low dew point making for very refreshing levels of humidity and air quality. Dry weather continues on your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, and it will continue through the night tonight. That begins to change as we head into the weekend. We're going to talk about that coming up. Tonight, beautiful weather for high school football, a tad on the chilly side. You're going to want to dress a little bit warm. Temperatures for football are going to be in the low 50s to upper 40s. Coming up, we're going to break down what to expect for the entirety of your upcoming weekend. Gary?
James, thanks. A social media post.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Friday afternoon. After an incredibly chilly start this morning with a very hard freeze, we're steadily rising in temperature. We're going to be into the low 60s soon. It's going to be a pleasant afternoon, a pleasant evening, Dry weather will continue to begin the weekend. The weekend forecast gets a little complicated, and we're going to break that down in just a minute. 55 degrees with sunny skies, and sunny skies will continue today with low levels of dew point, dry air, very, very comfortable air outside, comfortable conditions. It is going to be a tad on the chilly side for high school football tonight. You will want to dress warm. Temperatures will be in the low 50s to upper 40s. Pleasant conditions, though, for both today and tonight. Dry weather continues. We're tracking showers to arrive Saturday night. Overnight, Saturday night into Sunday morning, we get a widespread round of showers. And then showers are likely yet again late Sunday night and early Monday morning. Taking a look at your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, all is quiet and dry right now, and this is going to continue through the night tonight. The bigger picture as we head in tomorrow, high pressure in place, providing those dry conditions today, keeping an eye on this piece of energy back to the west. It's going to transfer its energy right around the time that it dissipates. It's going to transfer its energy to a coastal low, which is just off screen here to the south. This coastal low is going to form a nor'easter and work northward. We're going to see widespread showers develop Saturday evening into Sunday morning, and then we dry out during the day on Sunday, a very sunny, dry day on Sunday, and then we're tracking this nor'easter. The problem is we have some model disagreement. The European model keeps us much drier and keeps this rainfall much to our south. The GFS model, widespread rain across central New York early Sunday evening. We continue to iron out these inconsistencies, but what we can say for sure is that we do expect widespread rounds of rain Saturday night into Sunday and Sunday night into Monday morning. Your skycast for tonight, widespread clear skies allows temperatures to fall into the upper 40s to low 50s for high school football tonight. By tomorrow morning, it's not going to be as chilly. We don't see any widespread frost or freeze. A couple areas may get some light frost, but it's a much warmer evening with lows in the low to mid 40s. Tomorrow, a couple of patchy showers develop, some sprinkles across central New York, but a mostly dry day. Saturday night, right after 10 p.m., here comes those widespread showers. They dry out in full by Sunday morning. Watch what happens to the clouds during Sunday. They disappear, temperatures rise well up into the upper 60s, and Sunday ends up being a very pleasant day. A look at your 7-day forecast. We don't have much rainfall on your 7-day because most of the rainfall that we have forecasted right now is set to occur overnight. We're tracking rain to arrive Saturday night into Sunday morning, again Sunday night into Monday morning. Showers linger for a few minutes on Monday morning, and then drier weather begins to settle in for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Some cooler air as we head into the second half of next week, and that could bring some scattered lake effect rain showers, but nothing widespread.
Not a bad 7-day.
No.
That's for sure. James, thanks. Well, the meteorologist James DeFazio in for Eric today. And James, boy, did we wake up to some cold temperatures this morning.
Did you cave and turn on your heat?
You know, I forgot about it, and I woke up and I was cold, so.
As Bill Cardis likes to say, as our chief, no, there's no prize for waiting. You know, there's nobody. You know, I turned mine on, and it was worth it. It was worth it. It was, I should say, it was worthwhile. It got very cold last night, all across central New York. The cold spot, as usual, was Saranac Lake at 19 degrees, but even locally, Sherburne across the southern tier, 25 degrees of hard frost. A hard frost across central Oneida County at 26 degrees at Griffith and Rome. The growing season has fully come to an end across central New York after last night. Fortunately, today, we're steadily rising in temperatures. We have bright blue skies, few to almost no clouds in the sky today, and that's going to allow temperatures to climb all the way up into the low 60s. We have reached 55 degrees with sunny skies up in Rome, and with these light winds, we'll continue to see these temperatures rise in the afternoon, right up into the low 60s. Dry weather continues on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, and that continues tonight. Dry weather for high school football will continue tonight. While dry weather continues, you will want to bundle up. We are expecting it to get a little chilly. Temperatures tonight are going to be in the low 50s to upper 40s for the football games. However, it will be dry. Coming up, we're going to break down the weekend forecast. Gary?
James, thanks. Today, a federal judge.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Friday afternoon. After an incredibly chilly start, a frosty, actually frozen start to the day, we're seeing much improved conditions and pleasant weather for the remainder of the end of our week. Plenty of blue skies. Hard to find a cloud this afternoon with high pressure in place. And we're going to continue to see temperatures continue to rise. We're up into the mid-50s now, and we're going to continue to get all the way up into the low 60s. 55 with sunny up at Griffiths and Rome. Light winds will continue today. It's not going to be overly breezy. That changes Sunday into Monday. Low levels of humidity continue to bring refreshing conditions to central New York. We're tracking pleasant conditions for both today and for tonight. High school football looking very nice. Just going to need the jacket. Going to be a little chilly. Showers are likely Saturday night. Rain becomes probable overnight Saturday into Sunday morning. And then we're tracking another round of rain. Showers are likely yet again late Sunday night into early Monday morning. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, quiet and dry, and it will stay this way through the day today and through the night tomorrow. A couple of sprinkles are possible during the day on Saturday, but we are at least dry until Saturday morning. High pressure continues to control our weather today, and we're eyeing this piece of energy back to the west that really falls apart as it gets near central New York. Unfortunately, we have another area of energy off to this, just to the south here, that it's going to help transfer its energy to, form a nor'easter, and work northward up the coast. That will bring us some widespread rainfall Saturday night into Sunday morning, which will be much needed and beneficial. We do fully dry out by Sunday. We see very pleasant weather during the day on Sunday. And then we keep a close eye on that nor'easter. We have a couple of different solutions. The European model keeps it more to the east and to our south and keeps us much drier locally. The global model, the GFS, brings us much more steady precipitation, much more widespread rainfall. We're still ironing out which of these solutions is going to take be the primary solution, but at this time I believe it's going to be somewhere in between, that we do see some rain later in the day on Sunday night. Taking a look at Skycast today, beautiful conditions for Friday Night Football, beautiful conditions again. We're going to see temperatures in the mid-40s to low 50s by the end of the games. We're going to see mostly clear skies overnight tonight and mostly sunny skies during the day on Saturday. A couple of clouds work in during the afternoon. A couple of scattered pop-up showers are possible. Here comes that widespread rain overnight Saturday into Sunday. By 10 p.m., we see widespread rainfall. Sunday, those clouds fizzle out almost to nothing. Sunny skies with highs in the upper 60s. And then as we head into Sunday night, we're tracking that nor'easter to work up the coast. But beautiful weather, a mostly dry weekend. Despite the rainfall, it does fall overnight. So we're expecting a mostly sunny Saturday and a mostly sunny Sunday as well. So Sunday begins mostly cloudy, which is why we have the mostly cloudy icon on there, but it dries out. Fortunately, most of this rain looks to fall while it's dark outside and overnight. So Saturday night, Sunday night, wet weather expected, but most of the daytime during the weekends looks pleasant.
Can't beat 60s, right?
No, not in October.
That's for sure. James, thanks. Warmer temperatures, though, this...
And on the forecast for the weekend with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Should be a pretty nice weekend. It was definitely a cold start, but we had a pretty nice finish today. Here's a look at some of the temperatures this morning. 21 degrees, Old Forge, Paseco, officially 26 at Griffiths and Rome. But just about everybody was below freezing, and the growing season has officially come to an end. How about a nice recovery? 63 degrees, again, after starting out at 26. So temperatures have warmed up quite a bit. Oh, that's almost a 40-degree rise here, and it's due to the dry air. Pretty impressive to do this in October with the sun angle being a lot lower. We often see these swings happen in the springtime. Great weather for high school football. Temperatures will be in the 50s. Dress nice and warm this evening. Grab a jacket if you're going to be a spectator. It should be a beautiful night to play football. Looking at dry weather across the region on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Nice start to the weekend. We're watching a nor'easter that might give us some rain Sunday night into Monday. We've got some of the latest details on that. And also, looking ahead, some cooler weather does return as we head later into the week. That would be next week. Sunshine this evening, temperatures in the 50s. Again, a nice weekend ahead. I've got to look at the forecast coming up. Kristen, back to you.
Colder temperatures and the start of
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. The weekend looks pretty nice across central New York. There are a couple of small chances for rain to talk about, but for the most part, we're back to the upper 60s, partly sunny skies both Saturday and Sunday. Look at the high temperature on Saturday, 67. Partly sunny skies for 64 Sunday. We are tracking the possibility of some rain late, and there also could be some rain Saturday night and into Sunday. There's a new development to talk about here in just a second. A live look in downtown Utica, sunshine, and again, it's just been an absolutely beautiful day. Just a reminder, Comet Swan is still in the night sky. We've had some cloudy skies lately, but if you are looking to see this, you need a pair of binoculars. After sunset, look for Mars. You should be able to spot it with a pair of binoculars in the night sky. It is supposed to be brightest tonight. We've been tracking it for the past couple of weeks, and so we'll continue to see if that's something you'll be able to see in the night sky tonight. Good luck viewing it. We shouldn't have any issues with cloud cover. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, it's pretty quiet across the region. Temperatures are in the low 60s to upper 50s. Westernville 63, Deansboro 57, Dolgeville 62, Cross Southern Valleys, Sherburne 62, Cooperstown 59. We're watching two weather systems, one to the west. This one may clip us Saturday night, giving us a few clouds and a few showers. And then there's a nor'easter to the south. This is projected to move up the Atlantic seaboard and stall pretty close to our nation's capital before drifting to the south. So a close call on both of these systems. But again, for the most part, it should be a pretty nice weekend. Tonight, overnight lows drop down into the upper 30s. We'll start out Saturday morning with mostly sunny skies. And again, a generally nice Saturday afternoon, temperatures of the upper 60s. Rain showers arrive Saturday night, especially from Utica and points west. By Sunday morning, it's mostly cloudy, and we're dry throughout the majority of the day. Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening, temperatures will be making their way into the mid-60s. Heading into Sunday night, notice the cloud cover thickens. We are watching that nor'easter for Sunday night and Monday. Though this is an unlikely scenario, it is still possible that we could see more of a steadier rain on Monday. I think this is going to be more in the way of a shower or two. And breezy conditions will be expected near the coastline. So again, this is getting a lot of attention on the national level, but just keep in mind, we're going to be on the northern fringe of this here heading into Monday. Partly cloudy skies tonight, low of 39. Tomorrow, mix of sunshine and clouds, 67. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Again, the chance for rain showers Monday, 60. The weather next week looks pretty close to average, although we do have a cooler shot of weather on the way for Wednesday and into Thursday. Temperatures will drop into the low 50s with a few more frost chances ahead. Of course, at this point, once you get a frost, you know, it's pretty much done. The growing season is pretty much over, but if you have mums, you want to keep them alive, you're going to bring them indoors again next week.
All right, here's my mum problem, and then I'm mum's word. Okay. So they're all little buds, and they look beautiful. They haven't bloomed. So did I kill them by leaving them out? You're supposed to know everything.
I don't know, actually.
But you're supposed to know everything.
Did you cover them?
No.
No.
They never bloomed. I didn't think I needed to.
They may not to.
Okay.
All right. Okay, all eyes have been on. Back over to him now.
Sorry, I wanted to jump in. Why not?
Why not?
So let's talk about the frost this morning. This picture from Eva in Sharon Springs. The frost was widespread. The growing season is now over. Most areas got into the 20s. Saranac Lake, 19 degrees this morning. Old Forge not too far behind, 21. Certainly marking the coldest night so far this season. And just the beginning of things to come. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look quiet. Temperatures are going to stay in the 60s this weekend. We have some milder weather that's going to stick around. We will start to cool down again next week. A couple more days in the 50s, which means nights will be below freezing again as we head into late next week. If you're taking the dog out for a walk this evening, it cools off, so you will want to grab a jacket heading out. Temperatures will be in the 50s. Tonight's featured dog, Shadow, from Utica in the sunshine. If you want to be part of this, head to Skycast WKTV on Facebook. This is brought to you by Nissan. Back over to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. Despite a stated goal of bringing manufacturing.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Happy Friday. We are getting ready for a pretty nice weekend here in Central New York. It's looking warmer than the past couple of days. A live look at Oneonta. Temperatures have settled back into the 50s, 55 degrees. Sunshine. It's been a beautiful day after a chilly start. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet. I mentioned this a few minutes ago. We were talking about Delta Lake and some of the objects that have surfaced from the low water levels. Take a look at this picture. This is the broken pottery that's been discovered along Delta Lake. Remember, there was a town here that was submerged back in the early 1900s, and some of the artifacts have been showing up, and folks have been spotting them and collecting them. This picture from Medine. If you're looking to get out this weekend, maybe to check out Delta Lake, the low water levels there, or maybe just to enjoy the foliage, you don't have to go very far. The colors are very nice across the Mohawk Valley. We are close to peak, and the higher elevations are considered past peak. The colors this year aren't quite as bright as past years, but you can still find some very nice colors here and there. With last night's frost, I think this process is going to really accelerate, and the leaves are going to start coming off the trees here pretty soon, if they haven't already. Whitesboro, 62 degrees, West Leiden, 55, Barneveld, 58, Helen and Cassville, 62, Jeff and Mohawk, 59, Curtis, 57, Inlet, 53, Cooperstown, Stewart with 56, Worcester, 60 degrees. The radar and satellite image shows high pressure in control for now. This is going to head to the east. And we're watching two weather systems for the weekend. This one to the west will stall to our west. It may give us a few showers Saturday night. And a nor'easter will be moving up the coastline. This will be deflected by that area of high pressure that will be building in from the north, but it will have a very high impact for the coast, the mid-Atlantic. So this is going to be getting a lot of attention here on a national scale. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 30s. We'll stay away from frost tonight. Tomorrow looks beautiful, partly sunny skies, warmer temperatures in the upper 60s. Tomorrow night, a brief shower is possible, mainly to the west, with that weak weather system approaching. Temperatures start out in the upper 50s Sunday. It's looking mostly cloudy. Looks like a pretty nice day for the most part. Sunday night into Monday, there's the possibility of some rainfall, again, as this nor'easter moves in from the south. The current computer projections are still giving us conflicting data. That's been the case pretty much all week. At this point, the chance for showers Sunday night into Monday. We'll continue to track this to see how far north this ends up going. Again, we're on the edge of this, so the highest impacts will stay to the south in terms of heavy rain and wind. If this does jog north, it would more likely than not bring us showers or maybe more of a steadier rain Sunday night into Monday. We'll keep you posted. Partly cloudy tonight, low of 39. Tomorrow, mix of sunshine and clouds, 67 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Again, showers here Sunday night to Monday. Temperatures in the low 60s. Tuesday and Wednesday, mostly cloudy. Another shot of cooler weather arrives next week. High temperatures in the low 50s on Thursday with some frost chances Thursday night. We'll be right back.
Weekend with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Well, it was a cold start, but a pretty nice finish. This is a look at some of the overnight low temperatures. Old Forge, Piseco, 21 degrees. Griffiths and Rome, 26. The record for last night for Griffiths was 20, so we didn't quite hit that, but it was cold enough. Herkimer, 27, Westmoreland, 28. Now we're up to 59 degrees. We made it into the low 60s today. Beautiful afternoon. This weather is going to spill into the weekend. It's going to be nice to start Saturday, but then we are tracking some changes for Sunday. Great night for high school football. Another night where we're looking at dry weather. Temperatures will cool off into the 50s. Make sure you just grab a light jacket if you're heading out to a game. Great weather for the players. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's dry. A beautiful start to the weekend. We're watching a couple of rain chances, specifically Sunday night into Monday. We're watching a nor'easter closely. It looks like the worst of this is going to be south of us, but we may see some rain with that. Another shot of cooler weather arrives late next week. We'll talk about that coming up. Sunshine this evening, temperatures in the 50s. We're going to look at that weekend forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Continue.
You need to know. Will they need a jacket? An umbrella? What should your kids wear to school tomorrow? Get the bus stop forecast only from Storm Tracker 2. Brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group. The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. A beautiful start to the weekend. Temperatures are going to climb back into the 60s tomorrow. Let's take a live look in downtown Utica. Clear skies, cooling off. Turned out to be a lovely day, and some of this weather spills into Saturday. So live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, things look pretty quiet across central New York. Weekend forecast is calling for partly sunny skies Saturday. Some rain showers return late Sunday. Looks like there will be the chance of some rain Sunday night and into Monday. Folks continuing to discover interesting things on Delta Lake. This picture, some broken pottery that's been collected. You've got to remember that Delta Lake is a reservoir, and at one time it was a town that was flooded back in the early 1900s. If you're looking to catch some fall color, you don't have to go very far. There is lots of nice color across the region. The Adirondacks and Catskills are considered past peak, but you don't have to go very far. The colors this year are a little bit muted due to the dry weather, but it's still pretty nice to get out and enjoy. Our sky watchers, don't want to skip these. Whitesboro 62 degrees, West Leiden 55, Barneveld 58, Norway 58 degrees, Jeff and Mohawk 59, Worcester 60, and Dave in Westford checking in with 55. We're watching a weather system to the west. This could skirt us Saturday night, bringing us a few very light rain showers, and then a system to the south becomes a nor'easter heading into the weekend. This is getting a lot of attention because it's affecting the East Coast, a lot of populated areas along the East Coast. It stays generally to our south as we head through the weekend, but it may try to sneak in here by Sunday night and into Monday. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight, overnight lows drop down into the upper 30s, so cool night, not as cold as last night. Sunshine Saturday, a beautiful day. Temperatures climb into the upper 60s. The chance for showers Saturday night from that system approaching from the west. But it's out of here by Sunday morning. We'll start out with mostly cloudy skies, and that's how most of Sunday plays out. Temperatures climb into the low to mid 60s. Clouds will continue to thicken up into Sunday night. Again, watching this nor'easter for Sunday night into Monday. Some of our computer guidance is still insisting that this brings showers to the area Monday. But again, the jury is still out for this one. I think it's going to be a pretty close call, and it could be close enough where only part of our area sees the showers. We will keep you posted. Tonight, partly cloudy, down to 39. Tomorrow, partly sunny skies, temperatures in the upper 60s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Again, some rain possible Sunday night into Monday. Next week, the weather starts to cool down. It looks like we're going to get another round of some cooler weather and more frost chances ahead.
Bill, thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6. Thomas Teller cast tonight. Tomorrow could be a nice time to go out and tailgate before the Comets game.
Yeah.
Great afternoon for some.
Should be a nice start to the weekend. We are tracking the possibility of some rain here late Sunday. Watching the coast for that. But yeah, I think most of the weekend should be pretty nice. And you know, we're looking at lots of colorful leaves across central New York, too. This is going to be a great fall weekend. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look quiet. It was cold this morning. It will not be as cold tomorrow morning. Our current temperature is 45 degrees, clear skies. This time yesterday, we were in the low 30s, so it is still cool out there, just not quite as cold. Temperatures again in the 60s over the weekend. Next week, we've got some cooler weather on the way. I think we'll have a few days back into the 50s and some nights near or below freezing. For tonight, you still might need the heat first thing tomorrow morning because we do drop down into the upper 30s. We'll stay away from frost, but again, it's still looking pretty cool out. Again, a nice start to the weekend. We're watching a nor'easter that might impact our weather for Columbus Day. We're going to look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight, more than 4,000.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. It is a quiet night. It's cooling down. It's just not quite as cold as it was this time last night. And as we're taking a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, skies are looking clear. Heavy frost earlier this morning. Lots of places start out in the 20s. This picture from Sharon Springs from Eva. And again, most of us saw a frost this morning, but we will not see the same thing tomorrow morning. Looking at the weekend, the weather looks nice. If you're going out and looking at the leaves, it is now considered past peak for the higher elevations of the Adirondacks and Catskill Mountains. The colors are coming out across the lower elevations. The Mohawk Valley is looking great. In fact, we are peak to near peak for the lower elevations. You don't even have to go that far to get some really good color. Though this year the fall colors are a little bit more muted compared to years past due to the drought. There's still plenty of color to be had. And again, it is a nice weekend. We had some really nice weather to get out and do this. So there's definitely that advantage this year. When we look at the bigger picture, there's a couple of things to watch. This area of clouds and showers is a weak weather system that approaches from the west. This could give us a couple of showers late tomorrow, especially tomorrow night. We're also watching a nor'easter, the development of a nor'easter to the south. This is getting all kinds of attention. This moves up the mid-Atlantic. It stays generally to the south for most of the weekend. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 30s. Looking at mostly clear skies. Beautiful start to the weekend. Lots of sunshine tomorrow. Partly sunny skies. Temperatures climb into the upper 60s. A few clouds start to work in Saturday night, and there's the chance for some rain showers moving in from the west. This will be primarily at night. Heading into Sunday, we'll start out dry. Any of those showers should come to an end. Partly to mostly cloudy skies expected Sunday afternoon. Temperatures look to climb into the upper 60s. Sunday night, notice the clouds thickening up. That'll be the next weather system to watch. This nor'easter, the jury's still out as to how far north it goes. This may get as far north as the southern valleys, giving us a few showers for Sunday night into Monday. But again, the jury's still out. We'll continue to keep you updated. Meteorologist James DeFazio will have updates on this throughout the weekend. Partly cloudy tonight, low of 39. Tomorrow, mix of sunshine and clouds, 67. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Chance of showers on Monday, 60. Otherwise, the weather looks pretty quiet. Temperatures in the low 60s Tuesday. Shot of cooler weather for next week. Highs in the low 50s Thursday with overnight lows below freezing. We'll be right back.
With Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Looking ahead to the weekend, at least Saturday is looking really nice.
Looks like a nice start to the weekend here. Sunday looks a little bit iffy, especially later in the day, the possibility of rain, but both days should be pretty nice to get outdoors. At the very least, Sunday morning into the early afternoon should be okay. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's quiet tonight. It's not as cold as last night. We'll avoid a frost for most areas. We're sitting at 42 degrees, clear skies. Tonight, temperatures will fall into the upper 30s, and we're, again, going to be in the 60s over the weekend. Early next week, temperatures will be in the low 60s. Some cooler weather on the way. Tonight, you might need the heat. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 30s. We're tracking a generally lovely weekend. We're watching a nor'easter to the south, and that could affect our weather Sunday night. Got to look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight, more than...
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. A clear night and cooling off, and things are looking dry in the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We won't see this tomorrow morning. This is the view from Sharon Springs earlier today, that widespread frost. A lot of us started out with temperatures in the 20s. The growing season officially ending this morning across all of central New York as we had a hard freeze. The leaves are changing, and they're going to change pretty quickly after getting that frost earlier today. We're looking at peak color in many areas, including the Mohawk Valley. It's now considered past peak in the higher elevations. This year, the leaves are not quite as brilliant as in years past due to the drought that we've been having, but still it's nice and it's worth checking out. Again, pretty good weather to do that this weekend. We're watching a weak weather system to the west. This could give us a few showers Saturday night. Shouldn't really be a big deal. What is going to be a big deal is this nor'easter to the south. This will stay south of our area for the most part. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight looking at mostly clear skies. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 30s. A beautiful Saturday, partly sunny skies. We could see a few showers from that weather system to the west Saturday night. Otherwise, it's pretty quiet. Mostly cloudy skies here for Sunday, and we are watching a nor'easter to the south. It may try to lift northward Sunday night and give us a few showers, but the brunt of this, in terms of the heavy rain and the wind, continues to stay south of central New York. We'll continue to watch this and give you updates. Meteorologist James DeFazio here throughout the weekend. Partly cloudy tonight, down to 39. Sun and clouds tomorrow, 67. Some showers possible on Monday. The weather looks dry and cooler. Temperatures in the 50s Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Jason.
Bill, you have a good weekend, and you have a good weekend.